Yo, what's Gucci, what's Fendi, what's poppin'? Brand new whip. Nah, fam, I just hopped in. Welcome to the Psychology Podcast. Yeah! Anyway, hosted by your boy Psycho. Yeah, that's SICO. In this week's episode, joined by a very elegant man who we go way back. We now thinking about it. It actually is way back because damn. But anyway, we'll get more into that as we go into the episode. But yeah, it's going to be about life in our early 20s. In university, even if you're not in university, what it's like, all of that. But anyway, let me not blabber and babble. Let me introduce my guest, Mr. Russell. So, Russell, are you there?
Hey, man. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so could you please just introduce yourself? Just a brief introduction of who you are, what you do, where you based, all of that.
Okay, so first off, I'm going to start by saying that this episode is probably going to smash all your previous numbers.
Oh, the bars.
I'm just going to start it off that way.
Hey, okay.
Nah, I'm playing.
You ain't playing.
But yeah, for everyone that's listening in, my name is Russell. Like Psycho was saying, like I've known this guy for quite some time, bro. For years. Like we go way back, bro. We go way back.
I think it's now a decade. It actually is a decade. Come to think of it. Oh fuck.
Dude.
Shit.
Bro.
Okay. Anyway.
Dude, time flies, bro.
Time flies. So what does Russell do? Where is he based? You know, all of that. His talents.
Okay, so basically I'm currently in Thailand. So after the exotic. No, like as Zimbabweans, I feel like we're all over the globe. Literally, my Zimbabweans, we love to travel, bro. You can find a Zimbabwean anywhere.
Where?
100%. But yeah, I'm based in Thailand right now. I'm working here. I've been here since 2017, because I came here to get my bachelor's degree, copped that. Then after that, I started working. Since I've been here, it's been quite an experience for me. I've grown quite a lot. For those of you that don't know, I'm a rapper as well. I go by the name Surrell. So yeah, I'm a rapper. I'm a content creator. I've got a YouTube channel as well. And yeah, basically what I do at the moment, I just create content mostly. I just work and create content mostly. Because I'm really just trying to show a lot of people back home and in the diaspora what other Africans are doing here in Southeast Asia, because I know there are a lot of people doing different things in let's say Australia or the UK or wherever they may be. And I just really wanted to show how things are from like the Southeast Asian perspective. And I thought that would be really cool. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
Okay. No, we dig it. Cesaro, he's got bars. This man, I swear, ever since I remember, this guy it's bars. You guys need to check out. Bars. You dropped an album. Was it last year or the year before? Was it last year or the year before where you dropped an album?
Yeah. So I dropped an album last year called Run with the Wolves. And yeah, I was really hyped to make that album. It was a really important album for me. And I'm working on new music. Like I'm really, really excited to be working on new music. I just haven't gotten around to releasing it, because right now I've just been focused on pushing the YouTube thing more. But like I've got so many homies here, I've got so many homies in other parts of the world, and we're working on tracks, featured tracks. Like I feature on their albums or their projects, and they're gonna feature on mine. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot more collaborations between myself and other artists this year. Got some really, really talented Zimbabwean artists and some international artists as well. So it's gonna be something.
Don't worry, you find Psycho somewhere there. Don't worry. Anyway,
exactly. No, we do need to record something, man.
Nah, for days, because I'm also recording something. I don't want to say too much, but nah. We'll talk after the episode. Anyway, into the episode, man. You see, Surrell or Russell. So, hey, for anyone who I sometimes might just call him Surrell because his name is Sir Surrell, just in case for anyone that might get confused. But yeah, Surrell, he's someone who I would say is a very inquisitive person, and even if you if you go on his YouTube page, he was trying out all these different things and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, we were just chatting the other day, and I was like, nah, you need to come, and let's just chat, about the growth, the evolution, all of that, from his own perspective. So, as I say, the title of this is Life in Our Early 20s. And particularly when you're now, especially because most of us are in university and then after uni. So, let me start here. What was life like when you first got to Thailand? What was that? I think you're either 19 or 20, one of the two, but what was that like?
Well, it was a major shift. It really was a major shift because I was coming straight out of high school, and like whenever you go to a country that's not South Africa or that's not really close by, it's always kind of like it's like you're stepping into uncharted territory, especially if you're going to a country that people don't usually go to, because you hear of people going to like the UK or Canada or whatnot. But like I said, as Zimbabweans, like, we're all over the place. We literally are. You've got people in Russia, you've got people in China, you've got people everywhere, literally. So when I came here, like it was a new experience for me. And the reason that I chose coming to Thailand was because I didn't want to go somewhere that was too close by, like South Africa. Not because I have anything against South Africa, but I felt like my perspective as a person wouldn't develop that much if I was just like in the same area, because it's basically Africa. You're just in Africa. So I was like, okay, I want to see how other people think. I want to see how other people go about their day-to-day lives. And also when you hear about Thailand, you hear it's a beautiful place. It's got all these beautiful beaches and stuff like that. Yeah, romance. So yeah, it was a completely new experience for me. Because I mean, now you're going from a school where everything is sort of like structured for you. You have to wake up and you have to be in class at a certain time, this, that, and the third. But now when you're in uni, it's like you're given a bit more freedom, because there's no longer going to be someone who's going to come and wake you up in the morning like, Rasi, go bath and get ready for school. Now it's you. Now you're having to manage finances as well, because your parents are sending you money every month to cover rent, food, what. So you're getting your so it's like so it's like you're getting your first real taste of adulthood. as you enter that stage in your life. So yeah, there were a lot of changes, man. A lot of changes.
Damn, I'm thinking about this, right? You see,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the guy that went to South Africa though, but um, there was still, I can say, a lot of similarities because I remember a cousin of mine once told me, it's like, no, man, you need to move and go to different places, experience different cultures, because it
Mm-hmm.
helps you grow and you're not just boxed in. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, Asian finance, the reason I was laughing when you said finance is because, I think a lot of a lot of people when they start living by themselves or go to uni, finances is a problem. So,
A hundred
for for
percent.
for you, the first days was it like was it a gone? I think was it difficult for you? Like, hey, I need to cover rent, I need to cover, spoiling my hand, I need to cover going to groove. But like what was it like?
So in the early days I was fine because in the early days I had a roommate, and
Hey.
I think that's yeah, I think that's what made things easier for me, like the transition when I initially came,
Mm.
because like, so I had a roommate, right, who went to the same uni that I was going to, and he was Zimbabwean, so he literally showed me the ropes, and he made things so much easier for me.
Damn.
He told me about like discounts, like how to get discounts,
Hey.
which shops to go to. For like, he really gave me a guidebook to how to survive in Thailand. So that was pretty nice, and because he was my roommate, like everything was cutting off, rent, electricity,
Damn.
what everything was cutting off. So it was nice. It was nice. And at the time, I didn't really have like a hand. So my money was chilling safely. My money was chilling safely in my account. I wasn't having to
You
pull out
lucky
any guaps for
bastard.
Valentine's or
Oh
whatever.
my goodness me.
Yeah, man.
Nah,
So
that's
in
not
the
fair.
beginning, nah, but in the beginning it was nice. It was nice. It's only
Hey.
later, like when my roommate moved out, he went to the US, and then I was living by myself for some time. That's when I felt it. That's when I felt it because I had to pay everything I had to pay for everything myself. Rent, electricity. I was like, ish. And at the time, that's when I had, started like seeing my current girlfriend. So ish,
Hey. Oh,
dates
so
every
it started
weekend and what.
intertwining. Ah.
Bro.
You know what? I'm thinking
Mm,
about it like this. Like for you, it happened opposite because most people I hear they say at the beginning that's when so then as time goes on, they now know the system. For you, you
mm,
got the soft life, easy, no hand, because of course
mm,
people don't ever want to talk about it, but relationships it's an expense. And then um
mm,
things like halving the rent, having a roommate that knows ways to maneuver. Then when you
mm.
moved out, that's when you started growing up. You started paying everything by yourself. That's when you start budgeting everything. When I used to, when you're in the house, right? You don't care about
Mm,
getting groceries. The small things that you be like, like, and I don't know if this is the same thing in Thailand, but like, if you're moving in like off campus, that is, and
yeah.
into an apartment, there's some
Mm-hmm.
apartments where you have to bring your own bed and your own cutlery and all that stuff. Those are
Mm,
expenses, and then you start realizing, oh
yeah.
Lord, I've got lots of things to pay. And if you don't have a
Mm,
job, and obviously if you're relying on your parents will be sending certain amounts, yeah, but sometimes
yeah.
it doesn't make sense that you've used a lot of money. Let's say you
Mm-hmm.
used it on unnecessary stuff or with the
Mm,
necessary stuff, and then it finishes. You can't then ask like a week later, like, yo, can you send more because this money finished. So I relate.
yeah.
I actually understand what you're going through because, dude. So for you, that shift, did it go on for like
Mm-hmm.
a year or just like for a little bit, then you got the groove?
I would say just for a little bit, and then I got the groove. Cause after that, I started staying with my girlfriend. So
Hey,
yeah, so
Raso. Mwanangu Zimbabwe. Uh-huh.
yeah. So I started staying with her. And yeah, like I said, things were they were easier and harder at the same time.
I understand. I completely
Yeah,
understand that. I get that.
yeah, yeah. If you get it, you get it. If you
If you
don't get
don't
it,
get it,
don't worry
forget
about it.
about it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, so when you started staying with your girlfriend, now
Mm-hmm.
things have gotten easier. I want to transition now. What's dating
Mm.
like, in your 20s as opposed to in your teens, in your high school years? What's that like?
I think wh- like in when you date in your 20s, you're a lot more mature.
Mm,
So
amen.
so certain things that used to bother you or that you were concerned about in your teens aren't, they're not at the top of your list when you're in your 20s. I'll give you an example. In high school, right? There
Mm.
was this whole thing of, hey, if you have a chick, she must speak really good English, for
Oh
example.
yeah.
Otherwise,
Ah,
yeah, otherwise it's, you
ah,
you can't date people will
ah,
laugh at you if you have a chick who doesn't
ah.
speak good English. It's just things like that you grow out of. No, because really, like think about it. How many girls with good personalities that look beautiful were probably not even looked at twice just because they didn't go to a certain school or
Because they had a
spoke a
gouache
certain.
accent, all that.
Exactly,
Ah,
all of that stuff. You
bro.
see, so
Uh-huh.
once I got here, like, because over here, people, like, they don't prioritize English. They weren't colonized by any European power, so English never really made it here.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
they
okay.
they they started they started learning English because it's a very tourism driven country.
Mm,
So, with all the foreigners coming in, they have to, kind of adapt. But
mm,
when I got here, I realized that English is so insignificant, like
mm,
a lot of people here just don't speak English. They speak plain Thai, just Thai.
mm,
I think the only English word they know is like hello, and they're
mm,
very proud of their language, very proud of their culture. So when I got here, I was like, yo, if people here don't care that you speak Thai, they don't try and mock you for not speaking English well, then why should we care, And
mm,
at the same time, when you're dating in your 20s, like now, well, for some people, I can't speak on everyone, but for some people, you're dating to form something serious. To
mm. I
maybe
like
you're
that.
dating to have a exactly. You're dating to potentially wife the person someday. So you can't just say, I know this person, hey, they do this. You really have to look at what the person is like, and whether you see yourself growing with that person, whether you complement each other. You start looking at all those other things, not just
Mm.
are they attractive, do they speak English in a
Are they
nice accent,
posh?
yeah, are
all
they
those,
posh.
all those small insignificant things. You know, it also likens me. I remember in high school. You know,
Yeah.
for people like us, we learned at those high schools, the top high schools in quotes.
Uh-huh.
For those that don't know, I knew Russell from St. George's Saints. Yeah. So Saints was like that school. I remember
Mm.
we had this saying that, hey guys, if you just go, you're from Saints, that's like 80% of your Mac. The rest
Mm.
is easy. You see, um, there will be this notion that if if some guys, let's say they liked certain girls, yeah, that were
Mm.
maybe not as attractive as the others, um,
Mm.
you'd end up not dating because he's not as attractive. But you're feeling this, hun. Like
Yeah.
you're feeling this hard. But because of
Mm.
peer pressure, oh, I remember it saying we used to have this thing of how you don't date DC hands. Those items are gouache, type of thing. It's when you grow up, you're like, dog, really? is this is this really something I'm supposed to shut down a handful and then end up going
Mm.
for another girl just because she's from Chizzy or whatever? Um,
Mm.
but I'm not even feeling her like that, just for status. And from what you're saying, it's those small things that you be like, dude, I don't care now.
Exactly.
I'm trying to. I've got a certain way I'm trying to live my life, and
Mm.
at the end of the day, I'm the person who benefits. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I like that you're dating. So, is your girlfriend, is she Zimbabwean or she's from Thailand?
Yeah, she's Zimbabwean.
Hey, look at you coming back home, eh? I like that. I like that. I like that. Ah, no, that's nice. And okay, obviously our time is kind of running out, but I want to sum up some things. So we covered finances, we covered dating in
Mm-hmm.
in your early 20s. What do you say about those other, because I know there's a lot of people in the early 20s, or a lot of
Mm-hmm.
gents that are very
Yeah.
reckless. When I say
Mm.
reckless, I'm talking finances. I'm talking
Yeah.
um in terms of women, people for the streets. I'm talking in terms of even schoolwork. Like they ain't doing, they're not serious about their lives. Um,
Mm.
how do you think people should conduct themselves like that? Like those, like how do you balance between having fun, between being serious, between, all of these things?
I think there's no right or wrong answer. People have different approaches to that. But what I would say is like, well, my dad always just used to tell me, "Gucci, work hard, play harder," basically.
Mm, mm,
So I mean,
I
I
like that.
mean, the the grind is tough. The grind is tough, but when you reap the rewards of that grind, it's the most amazing thing ever. And I
Oh.
mean, I'm all for having fun. I'm like I love having fun. I love chilling. I love enjoying myself. But at the same time, like life gets real. So you really
Ooh.
you really need to you really need to
Mm,
strike that balance between work and play, because if you play too much, then the
mm,
work is going to suffer. If you work too much, then you're not going to get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So
mm.
it's really just about finding that balance.
Damn.
People have different systems. I know some people that can go partying like the whole night and then they come home and they get straight to work. And then I know other people who, they can party the whole night and just sleep, right? And then they
Mm,
get there. But the main thing is what the work gets done. So
mm,
it's just about finding that balance. Because if you don't find that balance, then life will force you to find that balance. Because
mm,
reality sets in quick, man. If you play too much, reality sets in quick. I've seen a lot of people come here to study or to work or whatever, and then they lost focus. And after they
mm.
lost focus, like things just went south.
Damn, life will Nisa
So
you, bro.
yeah, exactly.
Mm,
Life will nisa you, and that'll be that wake up
mm,
call that you could have avoided if you could have just put in that 1 or 2 extra hours of work. So it's
that's
all
true.
about just finding that balance. Knowing yourself. Don't lie to yourself and say, "Yo, I'm gonna go out partying all night, then I'm gonna come back home and work for 5 hours. When you know that you're not the type of person that does that, just be honest with yourself, uh, and yeah, just try and find a system that works for you. I think that's the most
Mm,
important thing.
that's crazy, man. Wait, hold on 1 second.
Sure.
1 second. Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't want to do that. Okay. I'll just cut that part out. Anyway, um, yeah. So no, like, honestly, that's the truth. I think having a great balance of things, just
Mm,
knowing that you should know yourself, bro. If you you should know your times of studying, your times of all that stuff. If you don't know
mm,
yourself, then bruh, you're gonna waste your time. You're gonna waste your own time, and you don't want to waste your parents' money,
mm,
and all of that stuff, you know. But I like that, man. Now our time has unfortunately run out. But what I liked about this episode, you really did show like that serious side of things, but at the same time, like, yeah, man, have some fun. Uh, you know how you were able to balance, from the time when things got harder for you after your roommate left and all of that.
mm,
But ultimately, what we're just saying, in your early 20s, just look
mm-hmm.
to be a bit more mature. You get me?
Yeah.
uh get things done, work hard, play harder, like what your dad says, and you'll be fine. Anyway, because the time has run out, like I said, Mr. Russell, what's your social media handles?
Okay, so my social media handles well, my Instagram is Sir Surrell, so that's SIR
Mhm.
underscore SURRELL, Sir Surrell. And yeah, basically if you go to my Instagram, there's a link tree with everything. I'll also give you my link tree link so that whenever you like post this episode, you can also just include the link.
Oh,
But yeah,
definitely.
just Sir Sarrel. Like if you just type in Sir Sarrel anyway, like everything will pop up. My YouTube, my music, just SIR in space SURRELL, Sir Sarrel, and everything will pop up.
Mm, this is an organized man. You see that? Man, ain't getting these type of gents. Anyway, thank you so much for coming through, Sir Sorrow. This is such an insightful episode. Very insightful. I hope it helps at least one person who listens to this. I genuinely, sincerely hope that one person, whoever is listening to this, I hope you enjoy. Anyway, it's your boy Psycho. As usual, you know my handle at SICOZW. You know the vibes. Stay safe, stay alive, don't do drugs, and eat a lot. Ish, that was bad. But anyway, peace.